Hi, my name is Steve Pearl, and I'm here to give you PMF Bancorp's tip of the day. Today we're going to talk about what is pricing for a factoring company. Now, pricing really is dependent on the company and depending on the risk, and there's a lot of factors. So it's not something that I can easily tell you, but I can give you a range and an idea of how pricing works for a factoring company, so you're informed when you decide to make the choice. Once you evaluate the factoring company that you want, your range, if you're a really large company, which large multinational companies that are publicly traded, they typically would have a price of typically 1% around there on an all-in basis per month on an invoice. So the cost on that invoice would be 1%. The small company that had a lot of risk on this range pricing scale, I would say would have the upper limits of 4%. However, I would put the caveat in there that even if you're a small company and a factoring company charges you on the 4% level per month, these are rates that are really high, and I would really evaluate if this factoring company is a mainstream factoring company, because most companies that are significant factoring companies won't be pricing in that range. They'll just decline the transaction. So to give you an idea, if you were, let's say, a company doing $2 to say $7 million in sales a year, you're probably going to land somewhere around a price component. It's broken down into two components, but you probably land at 12% annually per year. So this is annual. And there'll be a component of a charge on each invoice, which would be around maybe 1%, give or take a couple tenths of a percent either way. So you're looking at two components if you're traditionally a $5 million average business. Let's say a 1% charge per invoice is an average, and an interest component of about 12% annually. So there will be a fee and an interest component. So that's the typical structure and pricing for a typical company. So if you're looking at something and you evaluate it and you see your way on this side at 4% per month, that's wrong. If you're seeing something around 1-2% down at this range per month, or you actually get a 10% or 12% annual interest, you're actually doing pretty good. Because remember, people that come to factoring companies want more leverage. They don't put up property. They don't put up a lot of guarantees. There isn't a lot there except for those invoices. And so there is that extra risk, a much higher profile in risk in terms of when comparing to a bankable loan. So you're paying a little bit more, but you're getting a lot more liquidity, and generally it works out well for a lot of companies that have a decent margin, and the margin should be about 10 or 12% at least to support factoring, unless it's a special instance. So that's my tip of the day. pmfbancorp.com for more information.